Hi, this is Eric from Hilton Internet Marketing, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a WordPress blog post SEO friendly using the Yoast SEO plugin. So the first thing you need to do is just log into the backside of your WordPress site, and I already have the plugin installed on my site, but if you don't, then you just can come to Plugins and click on Add New. And this plugin, this is a free plugin, so we can just search for it here by putting in Yoast. And then this is the plugin here, the Yoast SEO. And so I've already got it on my site, so this button now says active. But if you haven't have it installed yet, then you would click on Install Now, and then click on Activate. But anyways, one thing about this plugin is you do have to configure it. This is not the type of plugin where you just simply install it and then it does its job. And a lot of people actually make that mistake with this plugin. They think if they just install it on their site, then the SEO is done on their site. But actually that isn't the case. There's a lot of initial kind of setup. Well, not a lot actually. The initial setup's not too hard, but there is some initial setup for this plugin. And then you actually have to do also the optimization for each page and also blog posts on your site. And this plugin is great because it helps you to make all of your pages and all the blog posts on your site SEO friendly. But you actually have to do the optimization manually. It shows you how to do it. It tells you what's wrong, how to improve. But right here, the blurb says improve your WordPress SEO, write better content, and have a fully optimized WordPress site using the Yoast SEO plugin. And it will do that, but like I said, you have to go through like each page and post to your site and optimize them manually using the plugin. But anyways, so we're doing posts here for this tutorial. So let's take a look at the posts. And one thing the plugin does is it adds some screen options to the posts page here. These ones, the number of links in post, SEO score, readability score, SEO title, meta description, focus keyword, which we can see down here. We can see the this is number of internal links, and I haven't done this this one yet, so it's not showing anything. This is the SEO score. This is the readability score, and SEO title and focus keyword. And I actually haven't optimized this particular post yet, so. But these are not checked by default, but I like to check all of them except for the meta description because I don't really need to see the meta description here. But the other things I think are useful, and particularly these three actually are the most useful. Just to be able to see the internal links and also SEO score and readability score at a glance. But anyways, so the first step you need to for optimizing your blog posts is you need to first install the Yoast plugin. Second step is you need some actually content for your blog posts, and there's different ways to get content. And I have a lot of we've got a total here of 53 blog posts, but only 11 published so far, and 41 scheduled. I have one draft. So one thing you can do is to write blog posts yourself, but that's of course time consuming. In this draft, as I was working on writing one actually. Another thing you can do is you can hire somebody to write blog posts for you, though that can get expensive, and it's very much you get what you pay for in that case. What I've done actually is I bought actually like a package of PLR blog posts, private label rights blog posts, and I bought a year's worth, so there's a total of 52. Like I've got this one draft, but here published and scheduled that the total is 52 here, 11 plus 41. And so basically I bought a year's worth of blog posts, and the writer, I know who the writer of these blog posts actually, he's actually, and these are all on the topic of LinkedIn, and he is a LinkedIn expert. He's also a good writer. And I also bought them very cheaply, so that was a good deal. That was a good way to easily get content without spending too much time having to write it all myself. And I've been publishing one blog post each week, and I recommend doing that. That's it. And since I've been doing that, my website's rankings have really gone up a lot. So a good way to get your website to go up in the search results and the rankings is to do blog posts. And I think it's like one a week is optimal. That's kind of, but also every other week, like twice a month is good. And I would say at least once a month is kind of the minimum you want to do. And that will, if you do that, if you publish regularly, publish new blog posts on your site, and if you have high quality content, and also it's SEO friendly, then that's definitely going to help your website to rank better. But anyways, so I have some of these with the two green dots here. You can see we have here three on this one, three internal links, and then the two green dots. So that means that the SEO score is good, and readability score is good. So this one's already finished, and it's already published. You can see it's published. And what I've been doing is I haven't done all these yet. There's a lot of them, so I've been doing them just when I have some free time. It takes about an hour to do to optimize one blog post, because I also kind of do some significant rewriting of it, because this is private label rights content. That means other people have also bought this same content, and so I want to make it unique. And so then I do a lot of rewriting to make it also to be fit more my writing style, and just to make it also more unique, rather to be than something you might see on somebody else's site. But then I've got this one. This one is scheduled. So this one is published, and this one was published kind of the day before yesterday, and this one is scheduled to be published on July 24th, and this next one on July 31st. So just once a week I have them published. They go out on Tuesday morning always. But then anyway, so that's one way to get content is private label rights, or you can write it yourself, or you can hire somebody to write it for you. But one kind of easy and cheap option is the private label rights, if you can find some good high quality content, and if it's a topic that you want to publish on your site. And I use LinkedIn a lot, and so I use LinkedIn for lead generation. So this is was good for me to do the LinkedIn posts. But anyways, we can look at a post then. So I haven't done this one yet. It's scheduled to go out in the middle of August, and so this one's already finished. So let's do this one as an example. And so first thing I want to do is I want the title to be unique. So that this is the title that was already set. And so let's see, I have to think of just how to change this title. Okay, so I made that a little bit different there. Now that should be okay. And the next thing is I have to also decide, one kind of most important thing really is to decide the focus keyword. Like this is the keyword I want the blog post to rank for. And they have here this question mark. And this is actually quite an involved topic, like how to pick a good focus keyword. But if you click on this question mark here, then click on this link, it'll take you to the Yoast website. And one thing that's great about this plugin is it has all these links, and Yoast, I mean, they're very much experts on SEO, and so they give lots of good advice. But actually, with this the focus keyword, this is a big topic, and this is kind of something that takes really a lot of experience to learn how to get right, actually. But yeah, so they say, for example, choose a focus keyword that is used in search engines, and one easy way to do that is just to go to Google and then just start typing something into the Google search, and whatever topic your blog post is on, or whatever niche you're focusing on, if you just start typing things in, and then see what suggestions Google brings up, because these suggestions are based on just what people are actually typing into Google, what they're actually searching for. And Google, they record every search term that people use when they're Googling stuff. And then when they see lots of people are Googling the same thing, then they'll bring that up as a suggestion. kind of the auto, yeah, automatically like that. So that's what that if you see a suggestion, it means people definitely are searching for it. So that's one kind of simple way to find out what people are searching for and find a good focus keyword. And they say there's other things. Research the search volume for your keyword. That's not as easy to do actually, but check posts that already rank. You can also check Google Trends is another thing you can do. But anyway, so this is a big topic. They do give some advice about it here. Though actually, though, for my purposes, and I'm using these blog posts to help my website to rank better. The whole website. I'm not so concerned on whether or not each blog post is ranking, like where it ranks in Google exactly. And but as I've been publishing these blog posts once a week, actually my website rankings have really gone up, gotten a lot better. And so that's my main object. And I also share these posts, these articles on my, like on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Twitter, and this social profile, my different social profiles. And so then people can read them there. And so that then I don't care too much about the ranking actually. But anyways, we do have to decide a focus keyword. And generally long tail is good. This one's actually a bit difficult. One thing is the focus keyword should appear in the title. So let me think about this a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to use this very short tail. Focus keyword here, your LinkedIn profile. And then here, so there's this analysis. This is the SEO analysis down here. So here we can see the Yoast SEO. And this is so another thing the plugin does is this analysis. And so the good results is the text contains 360 words. So that your text should be at least 300 words long, just for SEO purposes. And I think a optimal length is from maybe 500 to 1,000 words, but at least 300. A lot of people say 400, but anyways, Yoast they say the minimum is 300. And they say also the SEO title has a nice length. And right now I haven't actually set an SEO title yet. This just by default they just use the blog post title as the SEO title. So I have to actually change that. And so the focus keyword appears in the URL for this page. And what is our URL actually now? Yeah, I also want to change this one, this slug. So that's the slug, which is here. This is just right after kind of here's the website URL.com / and then this actual part to the blog post itself. That's the slug. And we can also change that down here. And that is actually not good, this slug right now. And it shows some things like with this analysis. So one thing is this plugin is color coded, and it's like green. So green is good, orange is, in this case, like orange is okay, or in this case, it's something you could improve. Red is a problem. And like we look up here now, so I've got these are both orange. We want to get these to green. So then in this case, orange means okay for readability and also SEO okay. And when these turn green, it'll say good here. And then with the analysis, then the red is a big problem. Improvement is a problem that you might be able to ignore. And then green is good. And they also have this one, considerations. So the focus keyword, the focus keyword contains a stop word, which is your. And generally, you don't want stop words in your focus keyword. But they say this may or may not be wise depending on the circumstances. So you can actually go back to their website and learn more about that. So that's the black is just because this might be a problem or it might not be a problem, depending on the circumstances. But anyways, the stop word. So for example, your. So my, your, his, her. Also, the, and, those are stop words. And is a stop word. So it's just kind of words that mostly have a grammatical function rather than carrying any real meaning. Those are called stop words, and then you want to avoid stop words in both the focus keyword also in the slug as well. So then it says here, down here, the slug for this page is a bit long. That's one problem. And the slug for this page contains stop words. Consider removing them. And so then for the focus keyword, the stop word may or may not be a problem, but usually for the slug, you should try to avoid them. So let me also change this slug here. Okay, so I just shortened this to 3 important things: LinkedIn profile. And one thing is you don't want it to be too long, because this is the snippet. That's the snippet preview. That's showing just what does this look like in the Google search results. So when somebody's Googling something, what do they see on the results page? And so then here's what they'll see as the title. And then if the slug is too long, it'll get cut off here. So that's why you don't want it to be too long. And so now I also took out that but your is in the focus keyword. And so I've got a warning here. Down here, the focus keyword does not appear in the URL for this page because it doesn't have your in it. But if I put your in it, if I put your there, then there's a couple of problems for the slug. It says the slug for this page is a bit long, and the slug for this page contains a stop word. Anyways, with these orange ones, it's not critical. Like you can ignore this if you want. So you don't have to get everything here to be green. Generally, with the readability, I do kind of get everything to be green on readability, but that's also not necessary though. Just if these two here turn green, is kind of what you're trying to do. And so then yes. Anyways, I think it's kind of better just to take this out here. All right, and so right now, so the good results is the text, so it's long enough, and the SEO title, we're going to change that actually, but and you've never used this focus keyword before, very good. So this is actually a very important point. So you don't want to repeat and use the same focus keyword for two different blog posts on your site. It should always be a unique one for each blog post. But anyways, so then I have to also think about a good SEO title here, and of course it can be the same as the blog post title, but generally you do want it to be different, because this is how this appears in the search results, and this is basically this is a title tag, and the important thing, what you want your title tag to be, is it's like a newspaper headline. It's something that looks interesting. It's something that people want to click on and click through into the article and read the article. So it should be kind of clickbait. And basically, if you think of it as a newspaper headline, something that grabs someone's attention, that's what you're aiming for. And also the length, it has to be a good length, like that's shown here. But also, let me think about that for a minute. All right, so just decided on this your LinkedIn profile hyphen 3 important things everyone notices first about it. And one thing when you're decide on your SEO title, having a number in it is good. And for example, one popular one is like 5 tips on something or other, or 10 tips on something or other, 10 great tips, 5 important tips. And just having the number there, when people see that, they think, oh, okay, that looks like it's not going to be a really long, involved article. I can probably read that pretty quickly. And so having a number somewhere in the title is a good idea. And then also you kind of want to try to generate some kind of curiosity as well. Another thing you can do sometimes is ask a question. That's another thing people do for the SEO title sometimes. But anyways, I think that's pretty good. And then the other thing I have to decide here is the meta description. And also let me think about this one. Okay, so this is what I decided on is your LinkedIn profile is the basis on which people decide to connect with you, answer your messages, and potentially do business with you, dot, dot, dot. So just kind of to be continued. And so up here we can see the snippet preview. So this is what it's going to look at like in the Google, on the Google search results. So there's the title and URL, and then here description down here. And then you want to put the focus keyword should be included in the description. We look at our results now, so we're still on just OK. But now we have 6 good results, so the meta description contains the focus keyword. The meta description has a nice length. And this here, it shows you, like if I add another word here, it'll get too long. And if I make it much shorter, it also will show up orange here saying that it's too short. And so then also we have the, recommended minimum of 300 words, SEO title contains the focus keyword, SEO title has a nice link, you've never used it, okay. All right, so then there's also the kind of some improvements here we can make. And first we want to actually look at images. So, and one thing, just the, one thing is just kind of the things you need, like to optimize your blog post. So one, you need to have the Yoast SEO plugin installed on your site. 2, you need content. Number 3, you need an image. You definitely do need an image for each blog post. And one nice thing about this PLR package that I bought is it includes an image for each of the blog posts. Though actually these images, the size is a bit too big. So I want to actually reduce the size of this image. But if we look here, just my blog page. And so with the blog page, I like to have these have the images be full length like this. And they are 700 pixels wide. And like you should have actually the images on your website should be the exact size. You should reduce them in size to the exact size that they appear on the website. So that's also good for SEO. But so to get an image, and like I already do have one here, though actually I'm gonna reduce the size of it. But if you don't have an image for your blog post, there's some place you can get them. And what one is iStock photo, though actually these stock photos are not free. You have to pay for them, and they're also not that cheap really. So for most people, probably this is not really an option for blog posts. I mean, maybe for on your website page, you might want to spend some money on the images, but anyways, there are really nice images on this site. But to get free stock photos, there are some places you can go actually. So one good one is Pixabay. These ones are free, and you can use them for basically any purpose. If you find search and find an image that you like, download it, and then you're free to use it on your site, and without any like copyright issues or anything like that. And also you don't have to you don't have to also say who it's from or anything. So just free to use. And another one is Pexels. This is basically the same as Pixabay. A lot of times you see like kind of the same images on these two sites actually, but there's also some different ones. So, and then there's also Unsplash, and this one's a little bit different. It's more kind of artistic, and there's a lot of kind of cityscapes and nature and kind of pretty girls. And there's a lot of photographers, like they put their pictures on this site trying to get some attention. And they do kind of encourage attribution for the photographer, but it's actually not required. So all 3 of these sites you can use the pictures for free, and there's no limitations as far as like the copyright And you actually don't have to give an attribution, but they're kind of, with Unsplash, they encourage it. So those are all, and one other place you can go is here, actually. So you can also get free images on this Creative Commons search, which is at this here, search.creativecommons.org. And they have actually something here, like kind of the good ones here I've found are using either Wikimedia Commons or Flickr. And they have it here, try the new CC search beta. This actually is really convenient here. So that's another place to find free images that you can use legally. And so then, but once you do have the image, and like I was saying, you want to have it be the right size, and especially like with Unsplash, these are usually very high definition. They're really big, and so you definitely do want to reduce the size. So an easy way to do that is just come to this website, resize here. So this site is very convenient, resizeimage.net. And let me just find this picture here, just a second. Okay, so I just grabbed this from my website media library, and then I just want to download this. And one thing is I want to have have the SEO friendly file name, and so I want to use that, actually, that your LinkedIn profile. And let me actually kind of copy this here too. Oh, this is a PNG image. Okay, and you can use PNG or JPEG kind of thing. JPEG is probably the best, really, but PNG is also fine. And let's see, I want to put this just in pictures. All right, so now I've got that downloaded, and then I just want to resize it. So that was what your. And with this website, you can also crop pictures really easily with this website. So if I wanted to, I don't know, like do this or something, or if I wanted to make it maybe less tall or something, I can do that. Just crop it. Though actually I don't want to crop this one, so I'll click on undo. And what I want to do is I just want to change this. It's just not like super big, but it's still better to have it to be exact size. And so I want it to be 700 pixels wide. And I'll do the default compression here. And for this one, you can also do lossless compression or lossy. And I would actually generally recommend lossless, but I actually have on my website, I have a plugin that does this automatically when I add an image to my website. I have a plugin that optimizes the image, and like it reduces it in size, and it's set for lossless compression. But so I'll just, since I've got that plugin on my site, I'll just do the default. I would recommend actually to clicking on this if you're using PNG. But then we click on resize image, and so then so they got a little bit smaller, but and you can also view the image if you want and see how it looks. But then we just download it, and so then it always kind of does this web.net resize. So I want to put in the SEO friendly file name here, and I'll just go over that original one. Okay, and so now I can go to the media library and just add this one here. Okay. Okay, so then now it's in the media library here. All right, and I like to put these here, actually, images. And so then I'll just add media. Okay, and I also, for the alt text, I also want to put in that same keyword. Let's do. And I could also make it longer if I want, so I could do the 3. Okay, but as long as the keyword focus keyword is in this alt text, that's what you want. And actually, also the alt text itself is very important. You want to have an alt text designated for every image on your site. But anyways, we'll just insert this into post. Okay, and let's do update here. And so now I've got the SEO score has gone up to good. And we can also preview this and just see how it looks. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. And then we can also scroll down and see what are the other improvements we can make. And let's see, for readability. Yeah, so one thing here, and improvements, 10.3% of this is used could contain passive voice. Okay. All right, so problem 1, you're not using any subheadings, although your text is rather long. Try and add some subheadings, and they have a good explanation of subheadings here. If you click this link, you can get a good explanation on the Yoast website. But basically, what they say is just the title. This is an H1. This is using the heading 1 tag. And so when you're doing the subheadings, you want to do H2 and then H2 or smaller, like H3, H4. Though that's hierarchical, so like I use just only H2 because like each of these paragraphs is equal. So then I don't want to use H2 and then H3 and H4. I want to use all H2, but it's because it's a hierarchy. So if you have like a subheading and then if you have subheading, then you would use H3. But I have only, I'm going to add 3 subheadings here, so I'm only be using H2 tags. I like to use text for this. And so that's good. Yeah, and then I'm going to put one in here. So first I'm going to do H1, or sorry, not H1, H2. And let's see, 2 is the headline just under the picture. And what is this here? Number 1 is your picture. Okay, this is where I want to start up. Is actually up here. Okay, so number 1 is your picture. So H2. And so just so I'll just put and your yeah. Then I'll just do this. Your linked in profile picture. Okay, so that's going to be the first one, and then here H1 or H2. All right, and then 2 is the headline just under the 2 is the headline just under the picture. Okay, then your linked in profile headline, or just let's do that headline. All right, and then finally one more. So 3 is your profile summary. Then okay, so then I just want to do your LinkedIn profile summary. Okay, so those are my headings. And so now the readability. So then everything has turned to green now. So that's all done. And this thing here, we got this one thing here, the Flesh Reading Ease Test. And if we go to their website, they explain this. And one thing that's interesting about this score is that the lower the score, the more difficult it is to read. So from 0 to 30 is best understood by university graduates, but from 90 to 100 is easily understood by an average 11-year-old student. And yes, you want it to usually a 60 to 70 is considered acceptable normal for web copy. So easily understood by 13 to 15-year-old students. So just kind of at a high school level, more or less. And that's kind of these other things. Most of them relate to this ease of reading. So, for example, none of the paragraphs are too long. So long paragraphs are hard to read or a little bit daunting just to look at. Like people might see that and just kind of go away. So that's why this type of thing is important for SEO. If people see something that just looks hard to read or it is hard to read, they might just quickly leave. That'll put up your that'll put up your bounce score, and you're gonna not do as well for your rankings. But yeah, so then the fluctuating ease, like if you do have long paragraphs, then this score is gonna say it's getting more difficult. Or also, if you have more than 20 words in lots of sentences, then again this score is going to start showing it's getting too difficult. And other things they recommend are transition words, and don't use passive voice too much. So, but anyways, they show you these things. So, for example, let's do passive voice, and you have to change actually. We have to change the visual to see this. Right. So then if I click on these eyes here, and so let's do the passive voice one. Then it'll highlight the sentences that are in the passive voice. So that's very convenient, so you can find what they're talking about. But okay, so then we got that is now green. Also, this is turned green, though we're not actually finished with that yet. But anyways, if we look at the preview, so update the preview there. So okay, so that's what it's looking like, and there's all the subheadings there. Okay, and so we're already getting there. And the other thing is we're not finished actually, even though this is green. There's one very important thing here. And one thing here, the focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy, so I will actually change that. And then I'm going to actually rewrite this blog post later. I'm not going to do that right now, just for this video. But like I was saying, I want to make this content unique, so I'm going to actually rewrite this anyways. I'll be changing a lot of things. And at that time, I can include the focus keyword in the first paragraph. But this is really important here. Internal links. Definitely, this is a big one. You want to have at least one internal link on every one of your blog posts, and linking either to a page or another blog post on your site. And so then I have to find some linking opportunities. And outbound links, it should say, yeah, now outbound links are not as important. So the internal links are red because that's very important. Though for outbound links, it's orange because that's less important. But I usually include outbound links as well. But anyway, so I have to check just this content for some linking opportunities here. Second. Okay, so I found some linking opportunities. First, actually, I found one I can do for the outbound link, which is here, profile picture, and just kind of search. And here's the LinkedIn help, adding or changing your LinkedIn profile photo. And one thing when you do the outbound link, you want to link to a very reputable website. And LinkedIn definitely is a reputable website. One thing that can work is like Wikipedia. If you kind of can't find anything else, but this will definitely work. But anyways, when you link out, you definitely don't link to just some kind of obscure blog, but link to some well-known, reputable website. And so that was profile picture. Okay, and then the link, I want to link to that. Okay. And this is an outbound link, so I want to click on open link in a new tab. And then the more important ones are the internal links. And so I can do headline and summary. What do we have up here? Yeah, so I'm going to do headline. So your LinkedIn profile headline. Yeah, let's put in here also LinkedIn. So LinkedIn headline. And so, okay. And so then let's see. Let's see, search here. So in just a second, I'll just have to find a good one to link to. Okay, so a good thing to link to here internally. This one. Okay, and for this one, I do not want it to open in a new link, so I'll uncheck that. Okay, and is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. All right, and so if we look now, then also for the SEO, so I've got now readability is all green, SEO is almost all green, and so this one I don't have to worry about. That's okay. And the focus keyword does not appear in the URL. That's okay. I don't mind that either, even though they're not green. So you don't actually have to get everything green. And this one I am gonna take care of, like, so the number one. So what's the most important part of LinkedIn is, I can just actually do that here. Okay, and then so now that's also okay. And so then all of our good results, and we've got so now the focus keyword appears in the first paragraph. The keyword density is high enough, and the meta description contains a focus keyword. The meta description is a nice link. We have subheadings. The images have the alt attribute with the focus keyword, and the text is long enough. And we've got 0 no followed outbound links and 1 normal outbound link. 0 no followed internal links and 1 normal internal link. So we got those links. And the SEO title has a focus keyword, has a nice link. You've never used this focus keyword before. Okay, so that's it. And like I said, actually, in this case, I am going to go through this blog post and rewrite it. But anyways, that's how you make a blog post SEO friendly, just using the Yoast SEO plugin. And it takes a little bit of time, maybe. But it's not too hard, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. And I've gotten to the point also that now when I'm writing a blog post, like I kind of automatically take these different things into account and kind of do them automatically. But anyways, also if you're getting content from somebody else, and so maybe you hired somebody to write your content, but they're a good writer, but not really an SEO expert, you can also use this in that case, like just upload the blog post to your site yourself and then use the plugin. Or like I'm using PLR here, or even if you're writing it yourself, of course, this is very helpful. And another situation, maybe somebody is guest blogging on your website. That's a really good way to get content because that's generally free. They'll guest blog on your website and just in exchange for a link back to their website. And usually that'll be free content, but also in that case you'd want to like get the article, just have them kind of email it to you, and then upload it to your site yourself, and then do the SEO using this. And if they're not including an image, then also find an image. So, but anyways, so wherever you get your content, this plugin makes it easy to make it SEO friendly. And it actually, if you use this a lot, you actually learn a lot about SEO, especially just by going through these links and reading what it says on the Yoast SEO, Yoast SEO website. So then I hope this helps, and so I think I'm just going to wrap up this tutorial here.